Hey friends, and welcome back to our channel, or welcome if you're new here. So you're thinking about moving to Utah and you're wondering, where's the best place to land? Well, in this video, we're going to break it all down for you. We'll highlight the best areas based on different lifestyles. Whether you're moving with family, starting fresh as a young professional, looking for a retirement-friendly spot, or just searching for the next up-and-coming area before everyone else catches on. And the best part? We're giving you the inside scoop from a local's perspective.
We know Utah and the Wasatch Front like the back of our hand, and our job, at least the way that we see it, is to be the best possible guide for people that are making the move here. Finding the right place to live is a huge deal, and we want to make sure that you land somewhere that fits your lifestyle and your goals.
If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything about living, eating, sleeping, working, and playing in northern Utah, then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market here in northern Utah.
We are Sloane and Kim Petersen here with the Petersen Group, and we've been in the real estate business for over a decade, and every day we have people just like you looking to buy, sell, relocate, and invest here in northern Utah. Whether you're thinking about moving in 9 days or 90 days, go ahead and give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. All of our information can be seen in that description box below, so we can help you make that smooth transition here to northern Utah.
So first off, Utah is a pretty rural state. In fact, about 80% of the population lives along what we call the Wasatch Front, which stretches about an hour north and an hour south of Salt Lake City. That's where most of the action happens, and it's where you'll find the biggest cities, the best job opportunities, and most of the conveniences people are looking for when they move here.
Outside of the Wasatch Front, you got a few smaller metropolitan cities like St. George in the south and Logan up north. But beyond that, Utah is made up a lot of just open space, small towns, and outdoor playgrounds. That's what really makes Utah unique, so you can have all the perks of that city life while still being just minutes away from mountains, lakes, and trails.
So if you're moving with family or planning to start one, Utah is an amazing place to raise kids. Most people looking for that classic suburban lifestyle settle in the neighborhoods surrounding Salt Lake City, where you get great schools, safe neighborhoods, and a strong sense of community.
Let's get into some of the best cities for families according to local Utah residents. Starting with South Jordan. South Jordan is one of the fastest growing areas in Utah, and Daybreak in particular is a master planned community with a small town feel, walkable neighborhoods, and beautiful parks. It has great schools, community events, and plenty of outdoor amenities, including the Ochre Lake and miles of trails. The homes range from modern townhouses to large single-family homes.
Yeah, the Daybreak area is actually quite popular here in Utah, down by Salt Lake. And located southwest of Salt Lake City, Harriman and Riverton offer newer developments with plenty of parks and family-friendly spaces. These areas have grown significantly in recent years with new schools, shopping centers, and entertainment hubs. Riverton has a bit more of an established feel, while Harriman is expanding with more new home developments.
Draper and Sandy are nestled along the east side of the Salt Lake Valley, giving residents easy access to the mountains and outdoor activities. Draper is known for its excellent schools, its tech industry jobs, and the new high-end communities. Sandy has a mix of older and newer homes and is home to the Rio Tinto Stadium, where Real Salt Lake plays, as well as plenty of other shopping and dining options for you.
So Bountiful is one of Utah's older suburban cities, just 15 minutes north of Salt Lake City. It has established neighborhoods with large trees and homes on bigger lots. Now Kaysville, just a little further north, offers a quieter suburban feel with great schools, parks, and a family-friendly atmosphere. And something to know about both of these cities is that most of the time people that live there stay there and just move within that same city.
Yeah, the next on the list is going to be Pleasant View and North Ogden, and they're cities that are located north of Ogden and offer breathtaking mountain views, quiet neighborhoods, and plenty of open space. North Ogden is more of an established area, while Pleasant View has some of the newer developments and some of the most beautiful homes too. Both cities offer easy access to trails, skiing, and outdoor activities.
Yeah, a lot of people live in North Ogden that want to be closer to a ski resort. We've got Powder Mountain, Snow Basin, and Nordic Valley up there.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of the traffic either that you experience in the bigger city like Salt Lake when you're going up the Big Cottonwood and Little Cottonwood Canyons. So getting to the resort is a lot easier out here as well.
So next up we have Lehi and Saratoga Springs, which is going to be in Utah County. Again, that's south of Salt Lake. And Lehi is at the heart of Utah's booming tech industry known as Silicon Slopes. It's home to many tech companies, making it a great place for families who want access to high-paying jobs. Saratoga Springs, located on the west side of Utah Lake, is a growing community with new schools, shopping, and outdoor amenities, and they have a ton of new construction happening there right now.
Now let's talk about the best places for young professionals. Utah's job market is thriving, and the state has the youngest population in the whole country. If you're looking for the best spots as a young professional, you'll want to be near job hubs and areas with a little more nightlife, entertainment, and networking opportunities.
So downtown Salt Lake City, the heart of Utah's business and cultural scene, is somewhere you're going to want to be if you are a young professional. You'll find plenty of restaurants, bars, and entertainment options here, and it's also home to many financial, healthcare, and government jobs, plus some of the best public transit in the state.
Yeah, Kim and I used to live downtown Salt Lake for, I think about 10 years. It's been a long time, probably 14 years ago. But we really loved living downtown when we were younger, and it's come a long way since then. When we lived downtown, there was very few apartments, and now you can live quite a few places, all the way from, affordable all the way to luxury type penthouses. So downtown Salt Lake could be a thriving place for you if you're wanting that hustle and bustle type of lifestyle. So next up is going to be Sugar House. It's just southeast of downtown Salt Lake, and it's probably, I would say, a 5-minute drive from downtown. Sugar House is one of the trendiest areas in all of Utah. It has a mix of historic homes, modern apartments, and great social scenes with coffee shops, breweries, and unique local shops. It also has a very beautiful park that's just called the Sugar House Park, and in the summertime they do fireworks shows in the park, and they have a big lake, or I guess more of a pond in the middle of it. And the cool thing is you can see the reflection from the fireworks. If you do go though, I would recommend walking or riding a bike, because you'll get stuck in that area for a few hours just trying to get out of the park itself.
I remember when I was in college, I would always hang out in Sugar House. It literally was the coolest place, and I always wanted to live there when I was younger.
Yeah, Sugar House is an amazing place. It is kind of on the more pricier side as far as residential goes, especially for what you get, because a lot of it is older. It's an older scene, and so, but it is cool because you're getting that historic type feel and allow that living as well.
And it's super hip. It is super hip and trendy. Okay, so we touched on this a little bit earlier for families, but in terms of young professionals, Lehigh and Draper is also a great spot. Especially if you work in tech, this is where you want to be. Draper and Lehigh are home to some of the biggest tech companies in the state, including Adobe, Ancestry, and more. The area has plenty of modern apartments, restaurants, and networking events for young professionals. In fact, a lot of the people that we've helped move there were young professionals in the tech industry.
Yeah, and obviously it's in Utah County, and Utah County has some of the fastest growing cities in some of the whole nation, honestly. So it's booming. Anytime we get a trendy new restaurant that's been a big chain somewhere else, the Utah County Lehigh area always gets it first.
Yeah.
And so you will definitely see a lot of more innovation in that county as well. And last but not least is Vineyard and The Point. These are going to be future developments, and they are also located in Utah County. Vineyard is a fast growing community which is near Salt Lake, or near Utah Lake. Again, it's about 20 minutes or so from downtown Salt Lake. It is offering a lot of brand new developments, so if you're into new construction, there's a lot of new construction options there that are going on the lake. So you have lakeside estates, which is super cool. It also has very easy access to Provo, so if you're a student or you want to go to the college out there, or you just want to be around that area, it's going to be very easy access into Provo. The Point is a massive new development, and it's planned on the site of the old Utah State Prison, which is in Draper. It's expected to be a new hub for businesses, entertainment, and residential communities in the coming years.
And I'm actually excited to see what goes up there, because if you are a Utah resident, you know what a big deal it was and how many years and how much money, billions of dollars, it took to move the prison. And that prison was just in prime residential real estate area. I'm not sure what the state was thinking when they put it there. Maybe that we would never develop that far.
Well, I think that's funny because when I was a kid, Draper was in the boonies. I mean, that's why we called it the point of the mountain even back then, because you just seen this prison up on the point. But it's always been that way. And it was always just these big fields, and obviously I don't know why they wouldn't think that we would expand to that place, but it was far away when I was young, so I think
just, Utah, although we were always expanding year over year, and we always have been, particularly because of families and kids growing up in this culture, but I think it happened quicker when the pandemic happened and we had a huge spike in people moving to Utah from out of state. I think that we were not prepared for that. Moving the prison was such a big big deal. So it'll be really cool to see what actually goes up in that area.
Yeah, if you're wondering where it went, it's actually in the West Desert now. So as you're driving towards Wendover, it's on the west side, but like the east side of the west, so that makes sense. But you're like, what? Doesn't make sense. But you know what I mean? It's like if you're driving out, it's toward the south side of the freeway towards Wendover, and it's still decently close. So I actually thought they were going to put it further out, just because like you just think about
like
when people escape, you're like,
you can still see it from the freeway,
but it's in a much better location. It's not really usable land, I would say, so we're not really going to be building out there, but we say never. I'm sure eventually
you never know.
They'll start building out there. We'll have to move it again. Who knows?
So if you're looking for a great place to retire, Utah actually has some of the most solid options. Whether you want an active retirement community or a quiet mountain escape, here are some of the top choices. We've got Daybreak, which we've already touched on, which is one of the best 55 and older communities in the state, with a focus on walkability, social clubs, and plenty of community events. So when they built Daybreak, they built it with the intention of people being able to stay in that community and have things to do. There's clubhouses, there's pickleball courts, there's walking trails. So in terms of a retirement community, if you want that active kind of social lifestyle, that is a good option.
Yeah, it's like a city within a city as well. So like even though Daybreak's more of a neighborhood in South Jordan, it's actually really almost its own city. I mean, they have everything in there. They even have its own ponds and parks, and it's a really cool area if you like that kind of stuff for sure. There's also Park City and Heber City, which are known for more of a luxury living style and retirement living as well. We have outdoor activities out there. Some of our ski resorts are there, and we have stunning mountain scenery. Up north, you're going to have Eden and Huntsville, which are very similar to a Park City vibe, but not as busy. So I think that, maybe in the next 10 or 15 years, we'll move more into that kind of vibe. It's more open mountain right now, probably what Park City was, 20 years ago. So that is in the Ogden Valley, and even though the valley is kind of funny, we're down further, it's going to be up more towards the mountains, but it's a peaceful small towns out there, and there's plenty of outdoor activities and of course breathtaking views.
Yeah, we're actually helping a couple transition here now that are looking at Heber, and they're in the retirement phase, and they just like the idea of being somewhere where they have easy access to outdoor activities, maybe thinking in the future of when they won't want to drive through a canyon. They're kind of just right there, and that stuff is just available to them at their front door. And then of course there is St. George, which has always been kind of known as a retirement community. I think it's only been in recent years with the development of St. George that it's expanded beyond a retirement or a secondary community. But traditionally speaking, it's always been known as a retirement community, because it's warm year-round. And then there is a ton of golf courses, spas. It kind of catered towards that 55 and older community. With most of the housing, they're having HOAs to, eliminate the yard care, or it's maintenance free. And that was because it was geared more towards that retirement age living.
Totally. And I went to high school down in St. George. My mom decided just to move us down there out of Salt Lake, when I was in junior high school. And so I got to see it when it was in its more infant stages. And when I moved there, it was 80% was retirement, right?
Yeah.
And now it's grown so much, and so now it does have more of a family feel, but it still has all those big sections of just retirement.
Yeah.
They probably have some of the biggest retirement communities in all of Utah outside of Daybreak for sure. Might even be getting bigger than Daybreak now, because they have Sun Valley and a few areas like that are just honestly just for 55 and older. And you're only about a half an hour from Mesquite. So, people like to gamble without having that Vegas feel. It's more of a small town feel, kind of like a Wendover if you've been there. But you can gamble there. They have golf there as well, lottery and bingo and all that kind of stuff. So it's, really a hot spot. And then you can also go into Vegas, only an hour and a half away from St. George too, if you want the more big feel. So St. George is a great spot to go to, really no matter what stage of life you're in, but it definitely, retirement has been very popular.
Yeah, and actually my dad retired a year ago, but when they were looking to move kind of into their retirement phase of life, they looked at St. George as a viable option. Now, one place we didn't talk about on this list, which my parents actually did end up moving to, was Willard. And Willard is definitely a small town, quiet, peaceful. If you want more of that peaceful lifestyle when you're in your retirement phase, you're not as social maybe, or you don't really care about those aspects, then Willard would also be a great option for a retirement community. So
yeah, and that's more up north, so it's going to still be cold and all that. So it's probably about, I would say, 45 minutes north of Salt Lake.
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes north of Ogden. So if you want to get in before an area explodes in popularity, then we're going to give you some places to keep on your radar. are. First up is Tooele County, which is just west of Salt Lake City. This area is seeing a ton of growth with more affordable housing options. You also have Eagle Mountain, which is going to be west of Utah County. It has a ton of land for new developments and it's growing fast. And then next up, like we talked about a little earlier, is the Vineyard and the Point, which is the new master plan community that are going to be designed for modern living with really a ton of focus on walkability and lifestyle amenities.
Yeah, we've actually helped some people purchase in the Grantsville area, and that place has exploded. Like, the new developments happening are crazy. We were driving past the other day, and the amount it's expanded since even last when we were there is just, it's insane. So definitely a place to keep an eye on.
The city that sits like on the way there is called Stansbury Park, and that area is exploding, kind of like Kim's saying as well. And that's on your way out towards Wendover. So you're heading towards Nevada, going west. So the Great Salt Lake's gonna be, out there as well. Big snow years, they get a ton of snow out there just because they get that lake effect snow too. So, but really not too bad of a commute, and we don't get storms like that like all the time anyway. So.
Okay, so one thing to keep in mind about moving to Utah is that most people want to keep their commute under 30 minutes, and that's definitely doable. Like almost anywhere you are in Utah to Salt Lake, 30 to 45 minutes. So if you work in tech, Lehigh and Draper are where you want to be. If you're in finance, downtown Salt Lake City is ideal. For healthcare professionals, the Wasatch Front has great hospitals and medical centers throughout. And another up and coming area I want to touch on is Logan. We've actually done full videos on Logan that you can check out, but Logan is really an anomaly for a university town. It's a university town that's still super affordable, which is really a rarity in most states. Most of the time, if a state is going to be expensive, it's going to be in a university town because the opportunity for more rentals or investments or things like that is greater. So just something to keep in mind. If you are wanting to live a little bit more north, maybe you work in Ogden or Logan, then Logan is another great up and coming city that we feel and that professionals feel is going to explode within the next few years and really turn into that expensive university city.
If you work remotely, your options are going to be wide open. You can live in the mountains, near the lakes, or in a more suburban area, depending on what your lifestyle preferences are. No matter where you live in Utah, you're never more than 20 to 30 minutes from some kind of outdoor adventure. Whether it's skiing, hiking, mountain biking, ATV trails, national parks, you name it, Utah's got it. Whether you're in Salt Lake, Ogden, Provo, or even St. George, you're going to have easy access to some of the best outdoor recreation in the entire country. Utah is growing fast and for good reason. People are moving here for job opportunities, a better quality of life, and the amazing access to outdoors. Whether you're moving for work, family, or retirement, there's a spot here that's perfect for you. If you're considering making the move, we'd love to help you find the right area and the home that fits your particular lifestyle. Drop a comment below with where you're moving from and let's start that conversation. If you want to see real-time listings and get personalized advice, our contact information is always in our description box below, and we're looking forward to helping you make Utah your new home.
We hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Picking where you'll call home is an important decision, and we would love to help you make that smooth transition to the northern Utah area. If you're looking to purchase in the northern Utah area, we would love to help you out. Give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and as always, we are keeping it real estate.